Hello and welcome to Uncensored Conservatism. This is episode number 347. Here we are on day 237 of 1,461 days of the Trump 2.0 administration, or about only 16% of the way through. And the Democrats and liberals, but I repeat myself, continue to be douchebags. I mean, I haven't done this in 2 weeks, so let's get to some of the news. Transgender shot up a Catholic school in Minnesota, killing children attending a mass. Of course, the knee-jerk reaction from the left was to call for so-called common sense gun control laws that would not have stopped this tragedy in any way, shape, or form. But why let a tragedy go to waste, especially when it involves dead kids? How about banning gender-affirming care for mixed-up people who think there's something they clearly are not? I mean, in psychiatry, that is usually called a delusion, but not when it comes to transgenders. In their case, we are to accept it. Sorry, but there's something inherently wrong with that whole transgender phenomena. So Trump weighed in with a possible ban on gun ownership by transgenders, putting many Democrats and liberals, but I repeat myself, in a quandary. Do I support transgenders or do I support the Second Amendment? Checkmate, motherfuckers. But you know my view on gun control. Put a gun in the hand of a hot young conservative chick. Every fucking one of them. I mean, aren't we supposed to keep guns out of the hands of the mentally ill as it is now? Oh, that's right, being transgender isn't a mental illness. It's the new normal. Fuck that. And Democrats on the left, but I repeat myself, are still up in arms about Trump's deployment of the National Guard in Washington, D.C. to help with crime prevention. Some protesters came out shouting, "Fascism again," their usual fallback chant. But, Trump threatened to do the same in Chicago, but it appears that Memphis, Tennessee is next on the list. The Democrats like to use statistics that red states have higher homicide rates, and, statewide they do, until you take out the major cities run by Democrats. I mean, take out Memphis and what's the other one down there? New Orleans or St. Louis or in Kansas City, and those homicide rates drop precipitously. And sadly, many victims of urban crime are African Americans. So to Democrats on the left, it's apparently okay for black on black homicides, but let's just say a white cop shoots a black suspect, then it's okay to burn down a city. I mean, their whole argument defies logic and common sense. Meanwhile, Governor Fred Flintstone, shown here, is trying his best to out-Newsom Gavin Newsom with stupidity. I mean, if Newsom is the face of the Trump resistance, Fred Flintstone is a very huge body of that resistance. So the military took out some drug runners out of Venezuela and revoked the birth certificates of the scum. Again, Democrats jump into the fray on the wrong side of the equation. So let's see now. They support criminal, illegal aliens, transgender murderers, and now drug smugglers. I mean, keep this up and Democrats will continue to lose voters, but, we can only hope and pray. And that little retard from Sweden, Greta Thunberg, is back in the news with another flotilla to Gaza. Maybe this time Israel should just give her a few days in the clink instead of flying her out after giving her a sandwich and some water. But the bigger news with Greta, however, is her new hairdo. I mean, look at that haircut. I mean, she should sue Supercuts for hairstyle malpractice. I mean, what the fuck was she thinking? I mean, she probably went in with these pictures and told the place, "This is how I want my hair cut, and how dare you question me? How dare you?" And, what's with Gaza and the Palestinian thing now? Climate change get too boring or something? I mean, maybe she can take up the transgender battle. I think she's halfway there, but keep the guns away from this little piece of shit. And the left gets all upset about an ad for fucking jeans. Oh yeah, she claimed her flotilla came under attack by drones or something. It would have been funny if it was attacked and the drones dropped little plastic bottles filled with crude oil on her. Make her look like, that scene out of the movie Carrie. And this whole free Palestine thing is a fucking joke anyway. First, there's no such thing as Palestine or a Palestinian, because before 1967, they were just simply Arabs or residents or citizens of Jordan or Egypt. Second, they can't control a small strip of land, but they're supposed to get a whole country. And third, they are free, but best served under Israeli rule, not that of a terrorist organization. And remember, they chose it. Okay, so Texas passed their congressional district map, which all but assures the loss of 4 to 5 Democratic seats in the Lone Star State. Yes, it's called gerrymandering, and yes, it's constitutional, so take that, motherfuckers. Yes, out of Great Britain, apparently the British or St. George's flag is now a symbol of fascist right-wingers in that country. Then we have the story about the woman who took away a baseball from a kid's father at a Phillies game. I think it was down in Miami. Imagine being the woman who will get booed every time she goes to the grocery store for the next few months. It's made for some great memes. And tell me she doesn't look like Elizabeth Warren. I mean, this is the definition of a Karen. I can almost guarantee she voted for Harris, thinks Tim Walz is the bee's knees, and watches her some MSNBC for news. You know the sad part of this story? It got more mainstream coverage than the vicious murder of a Ukrainian woman refugee on a train in Charlotte, North Carolina by a deranged black man who should have been in either a prison or a mental home. This was a woman who left a war-torn country seeking a safer and better life in America, who worked a low-paying job, not sucking off of welfare, who was killed by a black nutcase on a train in North Carolina. Where was the media on this story? Where's the media on the daily bloodshed in cities like Chicago or St. Louis, Philadelphia, and Memphis? Coverage of an illegal alien human trafficker piece of shit gets more coverage than an innocent legal refugee being killed. I mean, something's seriously wrong here. Now, the Democrats on the left, but I repeat myself, are all for anointing Zelensky as a saint, of sending billions to a corrupt country, and of posting those obnoxious little Ukrainian flag emojis on social media. But when an actual Ukrainian woman who fled a war-torn country is killed by a thug who should have never been on the streets in America, we hear crickets. And of course, the big news is the assassination of Charlie Kirk. And thankfully, the asshole has been arrested after turning himself in. Now, I'll have more on this in a future episode, but I view it like this. Charlie Kirk was to the conservative movement in the United States what Martin Luther King was to the civil rights movement. And in both cases, the voices of hatred had to just take them out. And of course, the Democrats decried his assassination, and then there was the inevitable but. They deflected to gun control, even though nothing proposed would have kept the gun out of this guy's possession. And name one leftist shot by anyone on the right since 2016. You won't find any. Most disgusting was the reaction of some people calling for more violence against conservatives. It seems like people like J.K. Rowling, Matt Walsh, Ben Shapiro, and of course Donald Trump are on the list of the so-called compassionate left. They're all fucking assholes. Steve Scalise, Trump twice, and now Charlie Kirk, whose only crime was talking to people. Give it time, and once we're past the funeral of Kirk, trust me, the media will start to tear down his legacy, and he'll be portrayed as a fascist, misogynist, Islamophobic, racist piece of shit. Because, you know what? That's all the left has, and the Democrats have. That's all they have left in their arsenal, because they sure don't have any great ideas. Just hatred, nasty words, and slogans to throw at people. And the scum Never Trump crowd, exemplified by this prick, Bill Kristol, and all those butt-fucking pieces of shit at the Bulwark and the slime that occupies Blue Sky that hide behind their little keyboards. I don't think they quite understand what has been unleashed here by taking out Charlie Kirk. They are proving to the world what worthless humans they are, and are creating more Charlie Kirks than the one they took out on a sunny day in Utah. And that's it for today. Have a great day and a more pleasant tomorrow. And rest in peace, Charlie Kirk.